Hello there. Welcome to the Crow Cottage, and I am Kathy Crow. And today I just came in. Actually, they're not as dark as they were a second ago. I had to go out and fix my cat alarms. It's a very bright, beautiful, sunny day, but I guess the shadow is causing those things to go off all the time. I've got 5 of them in our yard. So it's like, and they do like all kinds of really bad, evil crow sounds, and then it cycles through 3 or 4 different sounds. It's pretty scary. If I was a cat, I'd be scared. Okay, so today, and they are just for our cats. It's pretty funny. I have to warn visitors when they come to our house, please don't be alarmed. Ha ha ha. You're gonna set off alarms. So this is the card I'm going to do today. Let me make sure I've got my camera on right. I do. This is using our beautifully braided stamp set. It's very fun. I also am going to do our drawing really quick, and I'm just kind of hanging out here for a minute waiting to see if people pop on, and I'll have to get that on the computer as well because I have to put my glasses on to see that. Anyway, a long time ago, the eye doctor told me I needed to so I've got contact lenses. I use those sometimes, but my allergies are so bad that kind of bothers me to use them every day, so I don't anymore. And then I had him give me glasses, and the problem is that neither the contact lenses nor the glasses work all the time, back and forth. So at least with glasses, I can take these off. That's another reason I use them a lot, is because I can take them off when I need to see far, and I can take them off when anyway, vice versa, you get it. All right, so chit chat is good, but I'm not going to take forever before we get started. This card's actually going to go really easy. This is a fast one. It's so fun. You're going to love this braided punch. It is so neat. But while I'm kind of yammering on and showing, I wanted to show you this card. Now, people who subscribe to my newsletter get special, just in my newsletter. I do tutorials on my website, and for most of the projects I post on there that I do, I will put a tutorial on it in case you want to see what stamp set I use, what ink. Most cards I make are not complicated. You could probably just look at them and copy them without having a step-by-step. But it's kind of nice to have that. And then a tutorial's nice because you have your dimensions all there too. You don't have to even think about it. But I used our honeybee stamp set for this card, and I really loved it. Now, I did have to get this part to stay down, I had to put on some Velcro. So I have little Velcro dots to keep this part down. But it's so cute because I could use all of our sentiments. So I could use this little sentiment and our paper, because our golden honey paper is really pretty, and I wanted to use a bunch of it, but it's not the easiest thing to write on necessarily. I don't want to cover up all of that gold in the honeycomb. So I also wanted a spot that I could write on. And then also you can decorate the sides. So I thought this was a kind of a cute card. It's just a hexagon shape. Any hexagon shape would do. And then you just attach it at the top. So it's pretty simple, but kind of a fun little thing. And then the little die that cuts out this honeycomb is so cute. The little bees are really fun. So I can't get rid of that set. I keep getting back to it because I'm really enjoying that one. Now that one is a celebration item. The stamp set itself is not, but or is it? Now I'm thinking it is. Actually, the stamp set probably is as well, but you need to spend $50 to get the stamp set, $50 to get the no, I think the stamp set's in our mini catalog. I should look at it and see. Anyway, the paper I know is a celebration item, so you can get it for free. And I am going to do my drawing since I don't see anyone here on with me, but that's okay. We can do the drawing. So this is for sharing the video last week. Maybe because today's such a beautiful day, people are outside enjoying it. I hope so. I went out on a bike ride already today, and it was, wonderful, wonderful day today. So hopefully you are enjoying some good weather. So this is from the card I did last week, and now I I do so many cards all the time, I can't even remember what it was that I did last week. Who was the card last week? I have no idea. So anyway, we'll see who won this drawing this time. And today it is Linda. Linda Brady, congratulations, you won. So let me put your name over here where I won't lose it. And I'll put my little basket away, and we are going to go ahead and get started. I do want to show you really quick. Now I'm going to put my hand over here because the camera doesn't like it when I move it around. It does all kinds of crazy things when I do that. So we will pop that up there. I've got my host code here. If you want to purchase anything, please use my host code, and then I can send you some free gift for doing that. At celebration time, it might be a really good gift because you never know. Now, I've got 2 classes at the end of this month, and we are running them at the same time because most people can do 4 cards in a class. I actually have a couple of people in my class who like to do 1 card, and sometimes 2 is even kind of more than they want to do. But for me to make doing classes, it takes a lot of prep time to prepare classes. It takes a lot of effort for me to just figure out what kind of a card will work, and then to plan the card, to make the card. It takes a lot of time, as you can see, to cut out all these layers. And so anyway, in order to make a card profitable for me to do, I have to do really 4 cards. So I decided I'm going to do 2 classes at the same time, and we will run them at the same time, and I think that this will be fine. Most of the people who come to my class are experienced card makers, so they don't need a lot of assistance. It's just a little bit. And in the past, I haven't done a written tutorial for my classes, but if we're doing it this way, I will have to. So you'll have a written explanation. Now this card, I have no idea what this pop-out is called, but when you open it, it pops out, and you can see all the beautiful flowers. This is the 2 Wild Rose stamp set, and it's gorgeous. And I loved it because I could use, all the sentiments in it. It has really nice sentiments, and it pretty easily opens and shuts. Now, this is the first card I ever did like this. I've never made this card, and so I'm actually thinking it opens and shuts pretty well for a first-timer's try. I think by the time I cut out all of my class people's cards, I will have gotten even a little better at it. But it has these little cute things in there. Yeah, you're gonna love this. And we're stamping this background. I don't know if you can see that, but these cards are so pretty. Now this one I didn't do anything on the inside, but it is a beautifully layered card. So, and it's not actually doesn't have a lot of coloring on it. It's a pretty quick coloring one. So that is our twist pop-up card. I don't know if that's actually what it's called, but that's what I'm calling it so that I know which class I'm talking about. So that one is going to run at the same time as our Parisian Beauty card. So somebody is going to win. I have a stand-up Eiffel Tower that actually is a pretty big 3D Eiffel Tower I did just to advertise this class. You're going to really like it. Somebody's going to get to win that. This is a bendy card. So it opens like this, and you just tuck in your little tabs into the slots. It has a couple of slots here, and I don't know if you can see me tucking the slots in or the little tabs in, but they actually just tuck in there pretty easily. I might have to finagle that one a little bit. It's being a little, there we go, little difficult, but this class I've got the little die that comes with it has this wonderful flourish, And we are actually using a little Retired Paris Girl stamp set on here. If you are buying my class online and you're wanting to do it yourself, this stamp is not available, but you could substitute a little dog or, a flower. You could really substitute anything there and it would still look good. But she's actually from another Paris set that we had in, I think, 2004, actually. She fits perfectly with our little Eiffel Tower. So this little Eiffel Tower is our galvanized metal one. And there's not a ton of room to write in there, but there's still room to write a small note. And this is our thank you, a nice thank you card. And then this class also has the Forever Blossom with it, and I just laid my ribbon there so it would lie flat. And this is a trifold, and this paper is so beautiful. It's all silver and gold overlaid on the designer series paper, and then we're just doing a little coloring, and then we're gonna put these little dimensional rose gold is actually what we're using for all of these little cutouts. So anyway, you are going to love this Parisian Beauty class. So you just go online and you can order those, but I've almost filled it up, so I don't have a lot of space left. Our little house is very small, so we don't necessarily have a ton of room for people to come and do my classes with me. But sorry about my sound. I'm having to get that off. Oh, I wonder why my camera wasn't showing any of this. I see you guys are on with me. Hey, Linda, did you hear that you won? Linda, you won. And yes, Freddie, I did miss you. Thank you for sharing so much. I appreciate it, ladies. I always forget to say that. And now that I know you are with me, I hope you got to see this card. It was pretty cute. But if you didn't, my tutorial is not the best on this one. When I did my tutorial on it, I realized this was going to be really hard for me to give you, the dimensions really because of the angle cutting. So if you choose to make this card, well, I'm sorry, it's a little more complicated. But let me just show you really quick. If you do it, I actually just cut out my hexagons. This is one, you can just grab any hexagon pattern online and just cut it out by hand and leaving the top connected. And then I did I just took that same pattern and laid it down on my DSP and cut it smaller to make two times to do this. And then I cut the other one that I cut out. I just cut so that I've got these lovely little angles and a fold to stick on there. So anyway, if you're interested in giving that a shot, that will help a little bit. Because when I looked at my tutorial, I thought this is woefully inadequate, but I couldn't really, I don't know. I was having like a brain block or something. I couldn't think of how to describe what I was doing in a way that wouldn't just complicate things further. So some people are really good at these things, and I realized that was the day that my technical writing abilities were really, really lacking. So anyhow, okay, Beautifully Braided. Now, you might have this set, but you might not. It's probably one of the last ones that I've bought from our new catalog, and I'm sort of sorry it's taken me so long because of this. Now, I like ginkgo leaves. Ginkgo leaves are beautiful. I don't have a ginkgo tree. They get very large. Maybe you have a ginkgo. It's beautiful in the fall, I've heard. I don't even know if I'm sure I've seen one at an arboretum or something, but anyway, so I think they flutter really nice in the breeze, but there's a thing about ginkgo that's always sort of scared me off. Ginkgo has a male and a female plant, and the male ginkgo tree, and this is all from reading, I don't know anything about it, okay, you probably know tons more than I do, but it has a smelly fruit, like a super smelly, messy fruit. So I'm sure all the ones you would buy at the nursery are not, they're the female or the non-fruiting, but I have bought at the nursery a non-fruiting ornamental tree before, and it turned out to not be a non-fruiting ornamental, and we had this big plum mess all over our patio for years until my husband and I just got rid of that awful tree. It did have nice flowers, but so I'm a little afraid of things that claim to not be fruiting when I know there's a vigorous variety out there that is I think it's got to be the female one that's the fruiting one. So you want the male one anyway. Let's just go off of that topic. The braid is a little tricky, so I wanted to show it to you. It's really pretty, really easy to use. It actually, ladies, comes with its own little set of instructions. So I thought, I knew this because it's large. I've always just found out in trial and error that large punches are trickier. So I knew that's one reason I put it off in my purchases. But when it came with its own little set of instructions, I knew that I was correct in assuming this would not be as easy to use as some. But having said that, it's actually way easier than I thought. So the instructions are to slide the edge of your paper all the way into the punch until the entire edge touches the back of the punch. Now that's actually a really good rule of thumb that I don't always, unfortunately, follow. When you shove in your paper, you do want to make sure those go all the way to the back of your punch. In this case, because you're going to do a line of it, it's really important to make sure that that's back all the way, because you're not going to just punch once like this. Oop, there we go. Oh, come out. Now, you have never done that before, you naughty punch. Why are you choosing to do it right now? Maybe this part is textured and that's why. But anyway, it has not ever done that before, so I don't know why. Probably because I didn't stand up. But as you can see, it does a very short line, and you're going to want a long line. Now, believe me, you're going to be thinking, why didn't Stampin' Up! Just make a punch like a paper, 3-hole paper punch that's that big? No, it doesn't punch nice. You're going to, a big punch is going to take a lot more strength, and your paper is less likely to be aligned correctly. So believe me, you do not want, and you don't want an 8-inch long punch in your craft space. This is bad enough. So, you're gonna work for me, little guy. You are. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this paper. That is the one I was gonna demonstrate with, but since it's not working, we won't. We'll use this one. Because this is my backup. I kind of suspected what might happen eventually. So you just make sure it's slid all the way back, and you're going to see why as we go, why that's so important. Let me read the next step. Of course, you press the lever, and then when you align it for the next one, that's the part you're going to want to pay attention to. So we're doing this 2 times just because this is a little bit tricky. And I'm starting in the middle of my paper, which you don't really have to do. I'm just doing it. And I'm standing because I think standing is going to give me a lot better leverage. And that's why it wasn't cutting very well on that other one. We'll try the other one and see if that's really why. All right, my paper from that other one kind of left color on my card there. Interesting. So now when you want to do the next one, the reason this has all this, picture on the side is so that you can align. Let me put this down here. Hopefully you can see this a little better now. You can align your braid that you did right to that picture. Now you're still going to want to make sure your card is shoved all the way back, but this part has been punched out, so it's very easy to get it crooked at this point. So now you want to make sure that your side that has the flat edge that you originally were using, you want to make sure that's against the edge that were straight. And then as you can see, I got it off, even just that little bit of wiggling. So I'm going to get it back on there again and punch. And you can see it comes out perfect. Okay, we're going to try it again, doing the same thing again. And this time we're gonna align it on this side with a picture. Now I need to take my glasses off to see on this. I hope I'm getting it correct, because if I wasn't doing this on camera, I would have my little nose right down on that. There you go, voila. It's pretty good. Now some of the edges do look a little rough, but your little scissors can take care of that. And I do think I'm going to get better at it. I really have only done this one card, and so I haven't mastered it yet. Okay, see how it's going fine. I just I'm a newbie. And I had to stand. You got to stand to have enough power to really do it. Now I'm going to show you another thing that happens, though, really quickly. You want to make sure that you're punching here, but if I slide this too far in this direction, it's going to leave a line. So I'm erring on the other side of caution. But when I do that, when I err on the side of caution and recut what I've already cut, that's where it's kind of getting off just a tad. Just a tad. So sometimes it's not exactly perfect, but it looks almost perfect. So I'm actually really happy with it. As a punch goes, that's kind of a tricky punch. I'm very happy with it. I've learned with punches that I do prefer dies, because I'm not great at the punch thing, apparently. I must not be, because a lot of times they don't work well for me. Thank you for liking my card, Linda. I appreciate that very much. All right, turn it over and use it from the back side. Are you talking about my punch, Freddie? Okay, let's see. I'm looking to see if I've missed anything. All right, I'll wait and see what you say about that. Now, this is just going to be a basic, your 4 1/4, or actually 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4, and folded, because I think I had that all wrong last week, and thankfully Freddie corrected it as we were going. My mouth sometimes works when my brain is not, so that's what happens. And then we are going to, before we get to the punching and all of that, because that's the last thing that we're going to do on this card, we're going to use our Stamparatus to do this. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay, so let me see what you're saying. Let me grab my scrap out again. Are you saying to turn it over like this? Oh, I see what you're saying, when you line it up. Okay, let me test you. Well, here, let me cut an actual edge here so I have enough space to do that with. Okay. All right, now I have enough of an edge to do what you're talking about. Okay, so I'll start here. Let me stand up. Okay, and then when I align it, look at the bottom. Oh, I see, because then you can see, but there, oh, I see. Okay, there's a pattern. I don't know if that's going to help me or not. Maybe it will. Let's give it a try. So we're aligning it like that, But I have to turn it over because I don't think I have the strength otherwise. I'm a wimp. Ooh, Freddie, you are right. That looks great. That is much, much better. This is why I like to have you guys do this with me. You're good. All right. And then I can even just keep going over the one I did probably, huh? Let's move that. I wonder if I can. Thank you for being patient, ladies, while I experiment here with you. All right. I think I got it crooked. Nah, see, I did. I got that one a little bit crooked. But anyway, when it comes time to do our card, I think turning it over like that is going to be really helpful. So if I forget, feel free to remind me. And hopefully I won't have already punched. I've got a whole sheet of yellow, so I can go through a whole sheet. All right, so here we go. Let's get our Stamparatus out. Okay, pull the edge of paper to the edge of the blades. I think that's what I was doing. All right, so I think that we're going good. Oh, Joyce, thank you for joining us. I hope you find something interesting to do today on our card thing. All right, so anyhow, I don't know that I need all of this because, yeah, these are photopolymers. So I am going to need my little foam pad that's under here. And so we're gonna grab out my little magnets underneath. Okay, and we're actually stamping right on the card, although I think because I'm not so confident in my abilities here, I am going to use a piece of Whisper White just to be on the safe side. Because Stamparatus and me, don't use it a ton, so we'll just find out how easy you work today. And if I do this, then if I flub it terribly, we've always got another piece handy. And it actually is going to make it a lot easier to stick it in here too. All right, so we are going to go down the long side, and I'm going to put this, I guess right here, and I'm using these lines to try to align that because I find that my paper definitely shifts around. So it's helpful for me to have it perfectly on those grid marks when I have to go reposition again. And we are just using, today I am using Lemon Lime Twist. This is a retired color. Your Granny Apple Green is basically the same color. It's just a little darker and I'd have to stamp off. So I am going to break out my Lemon Lime Twist. It's one of the ones that I really like. And this beautifully braided set has a really nice border piece. Isn't that pretty? So who has this one? Do you guys have it? Oh, Freddie, you must have it, or you wouldn't be able to tell me all this stuff. It takes practice. Have to put it between your knees. I know. I can imagine when I got it. I was thinking, this is difficult enough for me. It would be hard. Oops, I better get out my braided one first, because I am going to do this little braided guy. And with this little braid, we are going to need to put the plate the other direction because I need to move it around. Let's put you up so you're seeing more of my space. So I'm taking my plate out and I'm going to use it in this direction so that I can move it back and forth this way. And stick that right on there. We're going to do crumb cake for this color, or this little braid. And I'm really just doing it for the edge. It's pretty cute. Okay, so we'll just put a little crumb cake on there. And we'll stamp you on. And then I'm going to just, I could just move it, but the problem is I'm not going to really get it where I want. So I'm going to clean it off and lay it right down. Make sure it's dry. Lay it right down where I want that next braid to go. Now I could do this a little bit more cleverly and just move my plate along, but I actually find that this works pretty well for me to just do it like this, and I don't have to think about it too much. Okay, so that's that one, and then we will just clean him off again. Oh, you have 2 or 3. Oh, hi, Mary. Yeah, awesome. Del Jose, I'm sure he's looking good too. I'm sure you are also. It's nice to see you. I bet you guys are having beautiful weather where you are. Today I went out on my bike ride. It was a little cold, but by the time I got down to past our 7-Eleven, it was, I was fine. It's sunny, bright. I had to move the cat alarms because I think the bright sun in the shadows are just the shadows are what was making them go off. But they've been quiet since I've moved them, so thankfully. You guys would have been hearing them constantly otherwise. All right, so we're done with this little braid there, and now we're going to get that big braid back out, and I'm just going to lay it right on the inside of this. Let me put it down so you can see, because this is kind of a light color, but it's almost like it's not really a fleur-de-lis. It almost is. It's like, I don't know, if I knew my Gothic, or it's probably not even Gothic, but whatever shape this is, if I knew my coat of arms, I'd probably know what the name of it is. You guys probably know. It almost is like a pineapple kind of thing. And it's going to fit really nicely in there. But I found that no matter how I try, with my 5.5 inches across, I am going to have to move it and stamp again just to get that last little one in. Doesn't matter where I stick it, I can't quite, it's not quite, if I'd done my braid differently, it would have worked, but I did my braid a little bit off, so we're going to have to do it a couple of times. So I'm going to have to get my head right in here, it looks like, in order for me to put that where I want it, because I want it to be right, oops, I can't have those glasses on, right in there. I'm sorry you're having to look at my head. Hopefully it's not too grotesque or anything. But you want the little points of your little flowers to be right there where the point of the little dotted braid is. And this is such a skinny stamp that it tends to tip as you're moving it around. All right, I think I finally got it positioned. All right, do not lift up in there. I just don't like it when it does that. All right, so now we're gonna just ink up the lemon lime twist. And voila, right where I wanted it. And I'm gonna clean you off, and we will just get this little tiny one. In fact, I'm not even gonna bother with my Stamparatus. It was really just the leaf there that I needed. So we're just kind of sticking the leaf on there. All right, so that is done. And we're not even gonna see the bottom of that crumb cake, but it's pretty cute anyway. All right, I think we're done with the Stamparatus, so let me clean it off. Mary, don't you really love this Stamparatus? It's a good one. If you like it, then maybe someday you'll get one. It's good. It's good. You can do all kinds of things with it. In fact, you don't even need all your stamp blocks, those clear stamp blocks. If you have a Stamparatus, you can just use it for absolutely everything. It works great. Oh, hi, Tricia. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. All right, so we are done with the Stamparatus. I'm going to put that away. And I want to remind you guys about Celebration. For every $50 that you buy something, buy some Stampin' Up! Item, you are going to get a free Stampin' Up! Thing, and you will also get something if you use my host code. All right. Oh, I had that right laying on that crumb cake. Good thing it's not a strong color. And all right, so now we are done with that. We're gonna just glue this right on top of my, looks looks like I might need to trim just a tiny, tiny, tiny piece right there. Let's do that. Okay, it was just a tad too wide. And then we're gonna just put that right on top of my card. And all right, I've got my glues kind of funky. Okay, I've got some good Babylon bees for you guys. If you haven't had, did you see the ones that we had today? This is a really good one. Now they're pretty good about doing. They skewer I think every denomination pretty well, but they do evangelicals a lot. It's a love thing, you know. I think they know evangelicals can take it. And I'm not sure that all of the groups they do can, but the evangelicals can. So here you go. Backup worship singer. My daughter Mary, she'll really appreciate this because she does do some worship singing stuff, not like with a big church or anything, but backup worship singer promoted to having her mic turned on. I thought that was a really good one. There's always, you know, there's always that odd little squeak, I guess, out there that you might want to have that microphone turned down at times. I'm so glad that none of us are, you know, we're all perfect and we never have these problems. Here's another one. Where did it go? I know I had it on the side. Nations evangelicals warn they'll only give Trump 100 or 200 mulligans. I thought that was a good one too. I'm sure my son would appreciate that one. All right, there's a tiny piece there that I don't know what happened, but there. Okay, hopefully I didn't just ruin it because it might have just been folded up weirdly. All right, now we're going to get out the yellow. This is Pineapple Punch, and we're going to try to do that braided edge. Okay, so let's cut this the size I want. We're going to go 4 1/4. I'm just going to make it the size of the card front, and then I can make it smaller if I need to. 5 1/2. Okay. All right, and here's another one that's a good one. I loved this one. Good evening, says President Trump, which immediately drew an immediate flurry of fact checks. Thought that was a good one. All right, so we're going to try Freddie's method, and we're going to start. Should we start in the middle? I don't know if I should start in the middle. I'm a little scared, but here we go. All right, we will just go ahead and start. Now, on this one, I got the edge. I kind of wanted the edge to be attached, actually. So let's leave a little bit of an edge. Oops, that's too much of an edge. All right, we're going to turn it upside down. And I don't know if I followed my instructions and shoved that all the way to the back because it doesn't look like it really is. All right, here we go. Ooh. That looks pretty good. All right, let's clean that out. Let's try it again. Doing it the right way this time. Okay, here we go. Put that there. Still seeing gunk in there. All right, I think this is working out much better than if I didn't get it all the way to the back. I can tell that I didn't, so that's kind of complicating things a little bit. I hope my braid's not all crooked by the time we're done. I'm quivery, I think. I can't believe I'm doing it like this. All right, let's try that with the heel of my hand. It's pretty hard to do otherwise. We're almost there. Now we got it all cut off, so we might as well just cut the whole thing off. Getting it lined up is a little bit on the tricky side. But then, yeah, I can see what you're saying about your knees and needing to do it with you. Okay. Whew. Yeah, that was pretty good, though. Actually turned out better than I expected. On camera, things never go well. So I'm just seeing a little bit of stuff that needs to be cleaned up a tiny bit. If I got out my little snips, this would probably be easier. Okay. All right, that's gonna have to be good enough for my card. Except for I got it cut off, but that's all right. It's good. All right, so now we're gonna take this and lay it here so that it can be seen. You know, this part, and then we'll put this. Oops, let's see. Can I use this piece? I bet you I can. Yes, I can. So we're going to just need to trim that a little bit. Looks like we need to trim it maybe 1/2 inch off. All right, let's move my camera a little bit. I think I can sit down now. Let me clean off all of my mess. All right, so start on the end. I'll remember that. I don't know if I did that this time, but maybe next time. Thank you for the assistance. I appreciate it. All right. At least it's done, right? And it doesn't look too bad, actually. I was afraid we'd end up with a curved piece. You could do that. If you did it on purpose, then that'd be one thing. But doing it accidentally is not probably a good plan. So we'll take off a little bit. I said 1/2 inch, and it looks like maybe that's about correct. Let's just see. Maybe. All right, let's see here. Oh, here's another one. Oh, this is my favorite one. This is my favorite Babylon Bee for today. And that is that Crock-Pot introduces the new 430-gallon model for Baptist potlucks. And you can get it with a giant serving spoon. Thought that was good. Okay, so now you can put your little braid however you want. I've got enough space that I can, show however much of that I want, which is good. I'm going to grab out my secret ingredient on the side here, because this larger pineapple punch piece is going to need to wiggle about a bit, just to make sure you're on there properly. Okay, there. And then we'll just put tiny bits of glue on this braided piece. You don't need a lot. I don't use my fine edge glue. I've got the fine dotted one. I don't find I use it hardly at all. I've gotten so that I can use my Tombow pretty effectively, so I don't really need to do that. Okay, so there we go. And then I can just trim my little edge if I need to. I don't know that I even need to. It looks like it's about right. Okay, now we're on to the stamping part. Now we need to do the little ginkgo leaf, and I think I used the spruce. Let's look here. Shaded spruce. I think that's what I used. I think even though I used shaded spruce, after I used it, I think I was thinking Call Me Clover would have worked better. So let's do Call Me Clover. And I could grab out my Stamparatus again, but I'm going to just use this big block. And we'll ink that up. You can see I made a big mess, so hopefully it won't Put the stamped up again. Voila. This stamp, even though it's big, it actually stamps really nice. I haven't had any issues with it yet. Sometimes the bigger ones are hard to get it to stamp right in the center of that large of a stamp, but that one's going really nice. Okay, so that's our ginkgo. Now it does have a little flower, or I mean not a flower, but a leaf. You know, let me grab out a block here. A little, using the lemon lime twist. I'm going to show you what I mean. Oops, now, see, it's not quite stamping in the middle there. So let me grab out my little foam pad. And it works great with the big one, you know, but it didn't necessarily work so well with it. It's a little too big for some of these other ones. And I don't really want it, I don't want, you know, some people really like the abstract look. I'm just not that kind of a person. I generally like my color to I like to stay in the lines. So we're gonna color it. I'm just not gonna be as happy with it otherwise. And it went pretty fast when I colored it. So I don't think this is gonna be taking a long time. So we'll get out our what are you? This is the one I used. This is Old Olive. Okay, Old Olive, and what are you? Daffodil Delight. Any of the yellows will work. I don't really know if this is for sure the one I used, but I've got, one is dying, one of the light ones is dying, and one's new. But the almost dying one's not dead yet, so that's why I have 3 stuck together there. All right, so we're gonna just do, ooh, that's too dark, too dark. Why are you so dark? What did I use? I must not have used you. I wonder if I actually got out my Copics with this. I certainly hope I didn't, because that's going to make it awkward. I'll have to grab out a Copic if that's true. Let's get out our Granny Apple, our light Granny Apple green. Let's start with that edge. Yeah, that's probably what I used. Okay, there we go. That's better. Whew. And we're just going to put some dark green on there. And we'll use in fact, we'll just put a little there too. Okay. And then we're using the other end to do these stems and the little dots. Okay, I'm not being super careful because it's a very forgiving design. And a little bit of light here and there is not going to hurt it. And then we'll try the light So Saffron. Is that what I said this is? No, this is Daffodil Delight. Light Daffodil Delight. Daffodil Delight. I don't know why I'm having a hard time. It is the season for daffodils. I went out today and checked to see if my yellow crocus is out. I'm sure my daughter Mary is long gone. It takes 30 minutes to get the pin back. You're right, Freddie. That glue, that fine tip glue bottle, it does take 30 minutes. Seriously, every time I try it, that's why I don't use it. And so anyway, yeah, I think my daughter is gone, but she would know that February 10 is when I go out and see if I have any yellow crocus. Those are when the first yellow crocus come out. And I've got them up. I think those are yellow crocus out there, but they definitely are not blooming yet. It's like, what? Why aren't you guys blooming yet? But they're not. My friend at church, he's a big daffodil grower. He's got lots of daffodils. His naturalized, so he's got tons. He said his are up but not blooming. So I'll have to ride over there. He said that he probably would only take me, he rides all over the place. He's an actual bike rider instead of a novice like me. And he said that it would probably only take about 20 minutes to ride over to his house. He lives in Pasco, and so it's a whole different city. But yes, our cities are pretty close together. That's why it's called the Tri-Cities, right? 20 minutes. So I thought, I could probably do that. Someday, maybe. We'll see. I'm still pretty happy with just riding the 5 miles. Takes me about 40 minutes. So I'm not sure about the 20 minutes that he's talking about. I'm not so sure it'd only take me about 20 minutes. It'd probably take him 20 minutes. He's got like a real bike. Mine's a cruiser. So it's going to go a lot slower. Doesn't matter how hard I pedal. That thing's not going to go too terribly fast. And I like it that way. I don't want to be going too fast or too far. Anyhow, I'm just doing it for a little bit of fun around town, and I don't want to get in a position where I might possibly be in an accident anyway, and that just wouldn't be a good thing. Where I go, if I fall off my bike, I'm probably not going to get hurt, other than a bruise or two. I did take a tumble just because I was doing something stupid. Imagine that, me doing something stupid. I did take a little tumble. I probably told you guys about it, and I really only got a little bruise. It was a pretty good deal. Okay, now I would have liked if they had put a dye with this ginkgo. When I first did it, I thought, well, it's such a beautiful stamp. You can do it without doing this fussy cutting and all of that, but course, when I was making this card, I was just thinking, no, I think we'll just do the old fussy cutting. It is a nuisance, but oh well, it's not that big a deal. I wouldn't do this if I was making a few of these. Obviously, not going to do that. Okay, but there we go. Not too bad. And then I can use my little dimensionals. We'll stick that on there. Freddie would use her little X-Acto knife, I bet, and get all of that out, huh? I'm not going to do that, Freddie. I'm not that enthusiastic about getting out my X-Acto blade days were not. I took a display design class in community college when I was not 20, because it was before I got married. And I got married when I was 19. So I was 18, I bet. I just graduated from high school, took a display design class, and realized that I had no talent. Once I got around people who had some talent, I realized I have no talent. And so I realized that, that X-Acto blade stuff, it's definitely for people who know how to use it, because I wasn't very good at that either. It kind of scared me off of the X-Acto blade. So I can use it, but I'm just not very good at it. They had us in that class, they had us cut our own mats for photos and whatnot. Oh, come on, you can... Some of the things, courses have you do that are, even then, were pretty outdated. Cutting your own mat, I'm so sure. And that was what I couldn't do with my X-Acto blade. I couldn't cut a straight line. All right. So we're going to just lay you on there just so. And then, where's my punch? Okay. So we are using this is the Label Me Lovely punch. And the Layered with Kindness stamp set. Excuse me. Got a little tickle in my throat. We're going to do that happy birthday one. That's why I got this stamp set, because I do so many birthdays. Okay, and we'll pull in our... Oops. Not that. Oh my, that tickle is not going away. It's probably some allergy related thing. Where's my paper I got a stamp on? Here we go. Okay, so, well, we'll see what happens. Pretty nice. Oh my goodness, I knew that was going to happen. I'll have to take it off and really... I've got stuff all over the place. This is very similar to my cooking experiences too. I do wash up as I cook because that's I get out every utensil and bowl and whatnot that I own. So I have to clean up while I'm cooking because otherwise I wouldn't have space on my countertop to cook. And that's exactly what happens when I'm stamping. Everything is out here, like absolutely everything. All of my scraps, all of my everything. I don't have any room. Okay, I need that punch. I'm not done with it. Why did I put it away? This punch I can put away, but not this one. All right, so this one I know to turn upside down, and it'll only take me, 20 minutes to get it. Be patient. Oh boy, to get it lined up. It's like never perfect when I do those. Okay, I'm sure it's fine. And that's going to go on there. Oh, I didn't get my ribbon. I love this little ribbon. It's so cute. Uh-oh. I thought my camera froze there for a minute, but it looks like I'm okay. This is, it's a kind of I think it's kind of a linen-like ribbon. What's this called? It's called Textured Weave. And it is. It's textured. It's very nice. Has this really pretty white edge. I love it. It is textured, so it's not linen. But we're going to just get some glue dots out here and lay this on. Okay. Actually, I'll just use my dimensional. That'll work. I've got a mini one here. So we'll put you there. And we'll lay the ribbon right there. Let's not make it that long. Okay, we're wrapping it around my little ginkgo leaf. Let's pull you up a tad. There we go. Oops, I think I put it upside down. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. It's forgiving. It's pretty on both sides. And then we'll put a little dimensional on the bottom of this one. Okay, like right there. Okay. And then we'll put some big ones right there, and then we're done. So that actually worked out pretty quick, didn't it? It's cute. Cute, cute, cute. I didn't get it as close to the edge as I did on this card, but it doesn't even matter. It's really turned out nice. I'll have to show you what else I've been working on that. I've got that Bonanza Buddy stamp set out. I'd had it for a while, but I'd already just done a bunch of juvenile birthday cards, so I didn't need a whole bunch more, but I was running out. There's actually a fair number of birthdays in February, and although it is a slimmer birthday month than I think all of the other birthday months, but that I do for our church. Oops. Okay, so we want you, we're going to tuck you under there. Ah, there you go. Okay, there you are. Oh, so cute. All right, what do you think, ladies? All right, Trudy shared. Awesome. And you thought it was good. Excellent. Okay, I'm taking off my glasses. We're going to see if I can turn the camera without shutting it off, because I've been doing that. Been shutting off the camera with my fat little index finger when I turn it around. Oh, thank you guys for loving my card. That's very nice of you. And so, yeah, I got a couple of new birthday cards to send out to people. I'm very thrilled. Thank you for watching. It was fun having you. Thank you for listening to my Babylon Bee. It's fun to share a couple of laughs with you. There's a bunch of other stuff on there. You might want to check it out. And anyway, I'm looking outside because I have not heard those cat alarms. So I think by redirecting them so they are looking elsewhere, I don't know, maybe it was the squirrels. The squirrels have been out a lot, and it could have even been birds flying overhead, because my new cat alarms are so super sensitive, like all over the place, that even birds flying, I think, have been setting it off. So Anyway, in another world, I wouldn't have cats in my yard. There was a cat one. Oh, good grief. This is good, ladies. You're going to want this. I even printed it out. Okay, so Pope Francis announced that he is going to, let's find this one. That's the headline. It says it all. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Pope Francis declares all cats Christians at the Vatican Summit. I loved it. One thing is certain. This will change the conversation on whether any individuals can truly own a cat. I thought that was funny. You might not like it, but I liked it. All right. So anyhow, you have a wonderful day. I hope that you have got this stamp set. If you don't, get in there and get it, and get your celebration things. And if you have all the celebration things you want, give them away. Give them away to people. It is a really nice thing to do. There's always a whole bunch of people that you might be surprised would actually take a stamp set from you who they don't want to buy stamps, and they don't want to do a lot. But I'm just saying, here's a free one. I don't want it. I already have 3 of them. So here is this cute stamp set. In 5 years, that person might choose to join your team because you gave them that stamp set. It happens. You never know. So give them away and have a wonderful day. And I will see you guys next week. All right? Bye.